Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. I'm the six-pack beer guy. Tonight, I have for you another German beer. Now, it's not often I come across a German beer that I haven't tried, to be honest, these days. And this one, I have heard about it. I'm not 100% sure. I may have tried it in bottle years ago. That's why I'm thinking it's kind of thrown off with the can. Konig Pilsner, 4.9%. I wouldn't say this is anything special looking at the tin, because I'm trying to get you straightened out a bit. It looks kind of generic, cheaper German kind of brand. 4.9 is the right kind of percentage. It doesn't say hop extract, which is good, because I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, Konig Brewery, where are these guys based? It's all Chinese and everything in here, so you can guess these guys are imported into the UK. Here in Duisburg, Beck, Germany, wherever that is. Not too sure. But yeah, 4.9, nice enough, typical German kind of, the anchor there. I'm guessing they're somewhere near the sea as well, with the anchor theme. Let's get it open. Get it into a glass. I've got a nice Pilsner glass here by Eyinger, great brewery. See any beers by these guys? Buy them. If you're into any kind of traditional style beers, you're going to love most of the beers these guys have on offer. Very good brewery. Not the very best in Germany now, but definitely up there near the top of one of the best breweries. Alright. Nice Czech style pour, guys. Hopefully this glass isn't as dirty as I think it is, because it kills the head straight away if it does. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, as I said, I do a two-stage Czech pour. Why? Knock out excess carbonation from the can, which you definitely don't want. Cans tend to be more carbonated. Bottle tends to be, by the time you get it, most of the time less carbonated. I don't know how they do it as in bottling them, but I know for a fact there must be some CO2 leak in a bottle. There's no way. I've drank enough cans and bottles over the year to know that cans are normally far more carbonated than bottles. Hence why I prefer bottles, to be honest. In Czech style beers now, it might be different sometimes. I do prefer cans of Czech beers from the craft beer breweries, but German beers I definitely prefer the bottles. Now I do a two-stage pour, as I said. Look at that nice head on it. Although it's fractured and it's not perfect, you can see a lot of bigger bubbles there in it. It's kind of wafery, kind of always liken it to dishwasher liquid. That kind of fairy liquid we call it here. And it makes that kind of light, foamy, flaky, spiderwebby. And that's a head that I don't like. Why? Because that normally means it's going to dissipate. It's not going to stick around. And I like my head to stick around my beer. It's a sign of very good quality. And I always enjoy beer far more when it does. So, two-stage pour says protect the beer from oxidation as well, along with it getting out the carbonation. You should have a big head on a Pilsner. It's served in Germany or Czech Republic. This is what you're getting. And this is the way it should be, guys. No matter where you are, if you're in the UK or Ireland and you're trying to think, oh my God, he made a mess of pouring that beer, then you probably don't know much about beer, especially lager, because this is the way it's meant to be poured, whether you like it or not. I've chatted to head brewers for all walks of different breweries in the Czech Republic and Germany. This is the way beer was meant to be poured. As I said, it's for a function, and it's also nicer, and it's a better aesthetics, but it's also nicer to drink. It's better sensory reaction when you get a nice wee light bit of foam as well with the beer, rather than just the liquid all the time. In my opinion anyway, and in the opinion of many great brewers. So I think the Germans and Czechs should know a little bit more about beer than some guy sitting home in his armchair who goes out to maybe some local bar on the weekend and drinks macro beers. It's nothing against you if you like what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's going to try and force anybody to drink what they want to drink. But don't pretend to know a lot about beer unless you actually have experience. That's what I'm trying to say. And the reason I come on here chatting to you is because I had to earn my stripes, as they say, by going around all these places and drinking beers and importing beers from all these amazing breweries from around the world. Learning about beer, listening to the guys that brew it, and drinking it most importantly, and understanding the nuances and differences in it, the quality, the balance it should be in beer. You can't fool that. Someone posted recently, and it was really funny to me. They posted that All beer's the same if you blindfold yourself. Biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard in my life. I could tell a macro beer from a high quality beer 100 miles away with a thing, and I'll do a video on it just to prove wrong, because the taste is going to be totally different. It's going to be, you can tell artisanal products. It's a fresher, vibrant taste in the beer. A macro tend to be very metallic and dead and kind of flavourless, and they're just only good ice cold. But a really good craft beer will have loads of different layers to it, and that's why there is a difference. Of course there's a difference. Don't be so silly, people posting junk like that obviously and don't know too much about beer. Hence, what would they need to review beers for if they all taste the same? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Or even have championships, best beer championships. Anyway, ranted enough, head's gone down. Looks nice, light golden straw, like more towards the golden, not as light as I thought it would be for a pilsner. Oh yeah, straight away, very kind of citrusy and peppery as well. You can tell as a pilsner, it's got a peppery citrusiness, spicy, but you can smell the malt. Mineral-like aroma to it too, the quality of water. I always liken that soft water that they usually use in these German lagers to like a kind of a slight metallicness to it sometimes, but in a good way, not a bad metallic like you would get a beer that's from a tank that maybe had scratches in it or whatever, and the metal is kind of off-putting flavour into the beer. Yeah, it smells really nice. Let's get stuck in. It's nice and cold. Sláinte, cheers, prost. Yeah, it's nice. It's bready, very drinkable. Just what you want in a pilsner. It's refreshing, and it's well balanced. And there we go back to balance again. A good beer is a good beer. Now, taste is subjective. Yes, what you like, you like. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's different, individual. But a good beer is a good beer, no matter you like it or not. That's what I'm trying to get through. There may be a style I'm not fond on. I drink loads of different styles of beers that I'm maybe not that keen on, but I'll know a good beer when it's a good beer, because it'll be well balanced. It'll be, you can tell they've thought about it. The right amount of love, care and attention went into it, and time to brew it, that it eventually everything balances off in the palate, from the front of the palate to the back as you're drinking it. Smooth, easy drinking, especially a lager. That's what's meant to be, but you still want a nice kick of flavour, a nice snappy, dry, crisp taste from a lager, and this is it. Highly recommend it. I've kept you long enough. It's 8 minutes. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you stay tuned for more great videos. Please like, subscribe, hit that hype button if you can, and I'll see you in the next one. Sláinte, go my hair good.